Valentine's Day nail set. These are the nails. It's inspired by Hell's Paradise. Yes, I saw a lot of people doing it because Hell's Paradise, it was trending on TikTok. Not TikTok. TikTok? Well, my nail pages, people were doing Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise was trending because it's always on Netflix. And I was like, okay, I am going to do a nail set inspired off of this. This is my nail set. So these are going to be black and white with a little bit of red popping through. It's inspired by this nail set right here, nail idea right here, and these two images. We got some, these are her colors, her like ninja colors, the rosette, what are they, carnelias, whatever these flowers are, these flowers that are growing off of him, those are the ones that we are going to attempt to draw today. Okay, these we have two options, right? Two options. Let me look for it. So we have two options. I have these nails, right? So for these right here, I have these nail foils. I was gonna use this because don't these nails look like Hell's Paradise? Nail foils look like Hell's Paradise. Like, look at all of them. They're so pretty. So I was gonna use these on these nails, right? And then encapsulate them with, well, not encapsulate, but trace them with gold like this. And it's like a pinkish cat eye to the back. And then these are 3D. These are gonna be like popping out at us. So see it here? Yes, it's one there. I think I could get enough off of this. I could maybe cut them out and get enough off of it to decorate these nails. And I like the nail set, it's cute. But first we are going to draw these on these. This is sticker paper. So I'm going to draw them like right here. And I'm not going to draw them directly onto that. That's going to take long. And we're going to trace. We are definitely going to trace this because I don't feel like taking this long. Can I draw freehand? Yeah, but this is supposed to be a quick, easy thing, and sometimes I like the easy way out when it comes to doing at least my nails, you know. So let's get started. First thing first, we're gonna just map out how big we want this. We don't want it too big, so boop, boop. Give you some leeway so it could curve around the nail. Gel paint. Normally I use Vanillisa, but the black in my Vanillisa is done and it wasn't as pigmented as I wanted. But you guys see at my last videos I got this. It is the Tay gel nail polish. Love it. This is what it is. I've already used some of them. I've definitely used the black. Even come with a brush, come with a stand. It comes with a color wheel for you and a little palette if you want to carry them on the go. And these are much deeper than my regular nail palettes. Like example, comparative, look at that and then compare it to that. These are all my Valencia colors that I carry on the go. And then this is how deep the Tay palette is. Now, the reason I got this palette is because I wanted a palette that is a color palette. This is the brush that you get that is able to take. I want one. I take it is not spilling or anything like that. The Valencia paints do not spill, which is great, but they can be quite thin in color payoff, and that is not what I want. That is not what I want. That's not what I like. So, okay. Where my nail brushes. So this is what I'm using right now. Black, as you can see, I already use it, and I'm using my Nail and YOLLY nail brush, which I absolutely love. This one, she recently come out with this connector. I pretty like it. It's cute. I'm using number Y6. So let's get started. I just want to apologize for any awkward angles in this video. My tripod that I normally use, I cannot find the base that connects to the stand. And for some reason, when I was traveling between me and my partner's apartments, I must have misplaced it somewhere. I hope I didn't throw it away. I haven't got rid of the tripod yet. It's just that I need something to connect the light and the holder for the phone with. And at this point, it's I don't know where it is. So I had to pick back up my tripod, my other tripod, like my 3 standing leg tripod. And it was basically over my shoulder. And I didn't recognize that my hand would be blocking most of the painting. I apologize. It by the time I noticed that it was blocking things, it was gone. And then when I moved it, the light, because I didn't have my tripod light, the light for my lamp was blocking it. And it just didn't work out. But I didn't want to get rid of the video because I took my time with it. Now, some of you guys might be like, oh, why are you tracing it? Why did you trace it? I needed the shape and the size to be exact. I didn't want it to be any bigger than what I needed it to be. So I just outline it so I could get the size exactly what I needed it to be. I understand the whole qualms about tracing and stuff like that, but this is my personal nail. I am not selling it to anybody. You know, this is something that I do for myself. If this was for like a client or something like that, they had the option of it being water decal, so it could be cheaper. Or if I have to hand draw this, then it would be a little bit more expensive. You see me? But I still hand draw it. I only traced out the shape. So all the eyes, the lips, fixing it up, I drew all of that. I just needed it to be the right size. Could I have drawn this directly on the nail? Yeah, I could have. I just didn't want to. Now, let's talk about Hell's Paradise. I got into Hell's Paradise because one day I was at my partner's home and I was bored. He was working and I was bored. I had nothing to do and I decided for background noise, I'm going to put on a show on Netflix. I decided to watch anime because when I'm doing stuff, anime is what I like to put on in the background for background noise. And Hell's Paradise popped up and I decided to watch it, you know. And surprisingly enough, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the anime. It was a good little first season. I was like, I didn't know I like shonen. You know, I'm very biased towards shonen. I've never watched what is it called? My Hero Academia, like the popular shonen shows, Solo Leveling, those kind of stuff. I used to like Dragon Ball Z when it was on TV. I used to watch Naruto, but shonen wasn't never my genre. I like slice of life. I like romance, drama. Right now I'm really into isekais, like just fantasy, nonsensical isekai. Like I got reincarnated as a vending machine. Those are the type of stuff that I want. Just things that I don't really have to think too much. And then every now and again, I would get into like serious animes like Apothecary Diaries. I just finished watch Ubel. What else? Animes have I finished watch? I finished watch so many animes. If you guys just want to have a rant about animes in the comment section, please let me know. I love animes. Mangas are really my thing, if we're being honest. I have a whole doc, like spreadsheet for mangas and animes that I have watched. Love. I just finished watching How a Realist Hero Rebuilt a Kingdom. Afriweta, I don't know how to put Afriweta, from commonplace to world's, what's it called? To world's strongest. Just finished watch My Isekai Life. I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. Jack of all trade, party of none. Campfire cooking in another world. So I've been watching a lot of animes. A lot of isekai animes lately because I just think it's fun. I think they're fun. I think they are easy to watch, especially when you're doing other stuff. And also I think a lot of dubs are really good. Nowadays, they're not too bad. The people who are dubbing are not so cringe that I don't want to listen to it. And I like multitasking a lot, so when I'm watching dub, it's because I'm doing something else. I should really get back into watching like sub, so that just so I could enjoy sitting down and relaxing and watching something. But all the time I feel like I have to be doing something productive. And that's something I would like to do this year, is just sit down and relax and learn how to enjoy the moment and not have to also be doing something to get further ahead in life. But I digress. Moving on. Yes. Hell's Paradise. Hell's Paradise storyline, characters, I really like. What's his name? Gabimaru, the executioner lady. I don't know all of their names. I'm not great with names when it comes to anime. All of them, I think they're well fleshed out characters. I like everyone, even the criminals. I like the criminals. The Tencent, I think they're pretty cool. I think the animation is beautiful, and we already know why, because it is done by MAPPA. Those people know how to animate a show. Unfortunately, I feel so bad saying that. I feel so bad for the anime. As a girl who went to school for animation, I feel so bad just watching the MAPPA animation. But those people put out the best of the best, and I don't know what to say. I'm gonna say this right now. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. The anime is out. The first season is out. The second season, I'm pretty sure, is about to be finished. The manga is only 127. Don't quote me on that. Let me check right now. Just to make sure. The manga is... I'm looking at my manga app. Give me a moment. I think it's 127 chapters. What is it called? It's not called Hell's Paradise in my manga. It's called Jijoku Raku. Something like that. And it's 127.5 chapters. It ended January 25th, 2021. We had the whole of pandemic to get through this manga. If you are an anime person, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. If you're saying you're a manga person, you're reading the manga, you are not done, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. When it comes to spoilers, I don't mind them too much, because hearing somebody tell me a story and actually going through it feels different for me than somebody than me watching it, Watching it gives me more of an enjoyment than hearing somebody tell me the ending. You could tell me like, oh, this person dies, and I'm like, okay, cool, then I'll watch it, and I'm still getting teary-eyed. I'm still shocked. I'm still in the moment, because you didn't take away from the whole emotional build-up, So if you don't like spoilers, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I don't know what to do with you. But I enjoyed Hell's Paradise. I love Gabimaru's storyline with him being a shinobu, an assassin. He's the big assassin, and I just found out his name is not even Gabimaru. Gabimaru you are called Gabimaru when you are the big assassin. You are the legendary assassin in his group. They give you the name Gabimaru. You have to kill the previous person, and Gabimaru, before he met his wife, was a ruthless killer. Absolutely awful. He didn't care who you were, and I don't know if his wife is alive yet. I'm at chapter 88. I don't know if she's alive yet. He hasn't convinced me that woman is real, because why would his top, what's it called? The boss, give up his daughter to you? I know you is like the Don, but what's so special in Gabimaru? You know, I am. He has not convinced me. I know her name is Yuki, but why? I feel like she's an illusion. I feel like the guy has been using Gabimaru and giving him making him feel like he gave him his daughter, and really and truly it has been a illusion. That's what I feel like. I'm at chapter 88 and he still hasn't convinced me that this woman is real. Yes, the love that he feel might be real, and maybe the big boss didn't think that he will fall so much in love to the point that the illusion changed him from this ruthless killer to a sensitive guy. I don't know. I'm like, well, why would he give him his daughter? That don't make any sense. That don't make any sense to me. Like, the ninja girl was pretty right with that. Why his most beloved daughter and to you? But I digress. Now, the couple that the nail is on is not a couple. They're like a not couple. That's what I that's what I call them. They're pretty sweet. The ninja girl, I don't even know what her name is. Let me tell you, there's a cat characters in Hell's Paradise. What is her name? What is this lady's name? Her name is not Yamada. Her name is not Yamada. Good God, what is her name? Sayatal Yuzuya. Yuzuriha. God, I'm messing up these names real bad. Oh, Jesus, please don't crucify me. Her, the ninja girl, she gives me cool girl vibes. She's very sweet. I love her backstory. Like, she always keeps people at an arm's distance. And I get it. She's an assassin. She don't want to build up any, what's the word I'm looking for? Affection for anybody. Because she might have to kill them one day, you know? At this point, she's just working with them to get off the island. And when they had that big fight scene with the Tencent, in the manga, when I was reading it, they'd give her a backstory and everything. She was heavily damaged, right? And I'm like, no, she died. I'm like, she died? Wait, did she die? And I'm reading the comments in my manga app, and they're like, no, I can't believe she died. And I'm like, what? She dies? This is my girl. She wanted to go down to the task to get to the boat, and they told her to go with Gabimaru to go and fight the Tencent. Like, and then she dies? I was absolutely distraught, you know? But come to find out, she didn't die. She was just resting. She had covered herself in her slick, and it basically repaired herself. I also found out that she had a little sister. Her sister died from poison. If I was reading it correctly, her sister died from poison. So I was like, oh, that's like a little nice touch to see a softer side on her. Because even when this guy died, what is that man's name? I learned nobody's name. That's just not good for me. I learned nobody's name. What is the name of that fat man? Again, I'm not good at these people's name. What is the name of the fat man? What is the name of the fat man? The fat man. I can't find his name. The fat guy. He seeing his backstory too, showing that he never wanted to be executioner. He wanted to draw. I think he was more into drawing, and he looking at her just living so free, so carefree, and without any worries in the world, and just going with the motion. And because of his clan and who he is, he never was able to gain that privilege, right, to just go with the flow and to not fit in a box, and to not be the person that his clan needed him to be. He just loved her, and I don't think he loved her in a way of like she needs to be the person like an affectionate or maybe even like boyfriend or girlfriend type of way. He just loved her spirit. And that's what I liked about their relationship. You know, he saw her as something he wanted to be, and that is what that is why I picked them. And also I picked them too because, again, I wasn't too sure if Gabby Maru's wife was real, and I wasn't going to put an imaginary lady on my nails. Like, he could be 100% brainwashed and psychotic, and I don't feel good putting her on anything like that. But I digress. But yeah, I just loved how he admired her, you know. And when she took him in her arms and let him die in her arms, I was like, I feel like she had some affection for her, but because she has gone through life and always have to protect herself, killing, just the most brutal parts of life, I understand why she couldn't just be even a little bit sweeter. Her sweetness always comes off of like ulterior motive, but when it comes to him, I think she really loved their friendship. I think she enjoyed who he was as a person, and I just thought he wanted to smash her all this time. But when I saw how they fleshed out why he liked her, I had a more appreciation for their relationship. And I think she even though she's acting real tough, I think she enjoyed their relationship as well. I think she appreciated it. She liked who he was as a person, and I was very sad when he died. He was one of my favorite characters. I think his personality was great. I didn't expect him to die so soon, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a sad death. It was a sad death. Compared to everybody else, it was a sad death. I think the second saddest death was the young gentleman who was protecting the dark-skinned girl. I was like, oh, they're going to grow up together and he's going to be her mentor and what's not. I know they were saying they were going to get married, but you know, in anime, sometimes you just got to look ahead and close your eyes sometimes. He was like, I'm going to wait until you're older. I'm just a little bit older. Like, oh, why can't I just enjoy anime sometimes? Like, this was so unnecessary, making her much younger than him. But I digress. He wasn't old. He wasn't like 50-something. I'm pretty sure he was in his teens. Like, she might have been like, 14? And he was 17. But sometimes you just have to close your eyes and enjoy the show. It is very unnecessary. But I digress. His death was sad as well, but he went on fighting. He went on fighting to make sure that this young lady the young lady and his master make it out alive. Now again, another thing I like about this show is how beautiful it is. MAPPA, as much as I have a love-hate relationship for MAPPA, when they do shows, they are absolutely beautiful in animation work, and also just aesthetically pleasing. Like the colors in this show are just stunning. The flowers, the monsters, the tensen. I love every single aesthetic view of this show. The show looks so fantastical and whimsical. You would think that they went to a whole different dimension when it comes to... That's what I thought in the beginning, like maybe the passage to the island is hell, actually hell, and they open this dimension where they travel into this dimension where they have all these fantastical monsters and plants and so on and so forth. But come to find out, the island was basically a testing ground. The occult, this man who was a cult leader, the people didn't know they were in a cult, but he was a cult leader, and he traveled to this island to basically do human experiments. That was the goal of the island, human experiments. And he would mix humans and plants and animals just to see if he could elevate the life expectancy of humans and so on and so forth, and make them into better creatures. And that's how the Tencent were created, really. The Tencent is one person, from what I understand. It's one person who split his mind, body, and soul into 7 people. So it has the main person, and then he split himself. So he raised the other Tencent. So there's a big boss, and then the other 6 are experiments that he created so that they can work on different parts of cultivating Tao. So, we have meditation, combat, intellect, bochujutsu. You see what I'm saying? And they're able to go between man and woman, yin and yang, flowing and everything of the sorts. And I love the premise of what Tao is. It's like vital energy. They're able to do these, go past humans' limits when you cultivate Tao. And I like that premise. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't watched a lot of shonen. I don't know what to compare it to. Maybe it's like Nen in Hunter x Hunter, something like that. I don't know. But again, I think the premise is pretty cool. So I know I said there are 7 Tencent, but technically there's like 8. May, she is also a Tencent, but she's like an incomplete version of them, if you understand what I'm saying. She and the other guy were followers of the guy that came to the island and did these experiments on the people there. She recognized that it was going downhill and they were hurting the people and she wanted to get out, but the other guy is like, no, I am reaching the point where we are getting to cultivate and I'm going to become this amazing being and so on and so forth, and he basically damaged her. Yes, not incomplete, she's damaged goods. So the reason she goes from a child to an adult is because he damaged her Tao, and in order to preserve herself or keep herself intact, she has to turn into a little girl. But she's a grown woman. Anime, you always got to have that little girl who's actually a grown age, I guess in this point, this instance, it's valid. I get it, but I see the game, and so far they haven't done anything to me for me to be like, aha, But I'm keeping an eye on it. But I digress. May, she's a sweetheart. She just wants. She really loves the Tencent. She sees them as her brother because, again, they were basically co-workers, doing this thing, and she thought that she was bettering the life of humans, but come to find out she was just a criminal taking advantage of people who knew no better. And she wasn't vibing with that, and she wanted to basically get out of it, and he saw the traitor and damaged her, unfortunately. And I do feel pretty bad for those 3 people. The guy who was taking care of May all this time, he thought that he was following these gods, these people who are holier than thou, these people who wanted better for them, just to find out that they were experiments. They saw them as toys. He met gods and he realized that there was never a god. They were never these higher beings, and they were lied to all his life, and he died recognizing that his daughter, his life, everything was a lie. At least those other 3 people never knew, but he died recognizing that he was lied to all his life. And I find that very sad and unfortunate, because those people worship them. They absolutely worship them. When they recognized they were turning into trees and losing their minds, they went to the hall, that big building where they had that huge fight. Gabimaru and the Tencent with the orange hair had that huge fight. He recognized that heaven was never behind these doors. And it's soul crushing, you know. It's soul crushing because you believed in this thing all this time, just to find out that it was a scam. He got scammed because they were scammers. They were scammers. God. And I think the biggest twist for me so far was finding out that how the elixir of life does exist to an extent. It does exist, but it turns humans into plants or monsters. They turn them into the monsters. So all those monsters you see on the island, they were human. But when they drink the elixir, because their Tao isn't cultivated like that, they get turned into monsters that the Tencent can control. And I'm like, damn. When I heard that, I like, Gabi Mao is about to flip the script. And when they practically told him that the elixir of life does not exist, I think he took it well. He's like, I'm still getting that elixir. Whether or not it exists has nothing to do with me. Because, of course, if I could bring it back and the magistrate is going to pardon me because I bring this thing back, who cares? Whether or not it turns him into a monster has nothing to do with me. I just want to go back to my wife. And Gabi Mao is whipped. He is absolutely whipped. My wife. He himself, I don't even think he 100% thinks that woman is alive and well or even real. But he's like, it's in my heart and I love her. And if she is not real, he is going to blow down the house. You know? Now I'm at the point where they sent that second team. What do they call? Like the second team of executioners with some of Gabi Mao's peoples, right, to the island to like take care of the remainder of the people that have survived and to also get the elixir. But my whole thing is like, if we're executing Gabi Mao and we know he's a part of this, what's the word I'm looking for? Assassins group. We know what the shinobi does. Why are we asking them to come to help with this expedition? It just didn't make any sense to me. These people are criminals. We know they're criminals. So, and we know Gabi Mao is a part of this criminal organization. So why are we asking them for help? But I digress, you know. It has nothing to do with me. If it makes sense to them, that's all that matters. I think he should be pardoned just off of that. If you could ask them for help, obviously, it ain't that serious. You see me? But I digress. I reached a part when they're on the island and that crazy executioner dude, I don't know his name, but he is unstable. He don't care. He's like, I don't care what's going on this island. You are not supposed to be helping these criminals. You die. They needs to be dead. He don't care what is going on, and he will kill any and everybody who's working with these criminals to get off these island. Also, the only person who was keeping him sane died like 5 minutes onto the island. I don't know if you guys remember when that guy got smashed by that big, brawly, childlike dude. Him. He was his mentor, and he died, and he now just off the edge because he was the only person like holding him back from just slaughtering, because he got his backstory, and this dude is no better than these criminals. He's no better than these criminals. Let's just be happy that he's on the right side, you know. Let's just be happy on the right side, because he will kill your whole bloodline, children and all, women, children. He don't care who you are. If you did something wrong, he's gonna kill everybody. And I think he should be executed. He is a menace to society, you know, but at least he's on the good side. If he was an assassin in any way, he might rival Gabi Mao with how ruthless he is as a person. But I digress. So overall, I think this was a well-rounded show. If you are a girly like me who don't really watch shonen, I recommend this show. The reason I had already watched it, and I said, I went on Instagram and I see so many nail techs doing Hell's Paradise nails, and I said, hey, I want to do my nails too. So these nails were done for Valentine's Day. It's past Valentine's Day. I know I said I was going to post more, but with work and everything, I was working in the morning and I just couldn't find time to do it. But now I'm back to my regular schedule, and it's off and on, so I'm going to be home a little bit more. And it just works out better that way, where I have more time to do these things. I was training at my job, and I couldn't find the time because I'm at my office all day. And because we work with people's sensitive information, we're not really supposed to have our phones or any electronic device at our desk. So I wasn't doing any editing. At least when I'm home, I could just move away from my computer when I'm on my breaks and edit, So now that I'm home again and I'm hybrid, I can definitely get more work done, because I wasn't getting home until like late at night. I work from 4:30 to 1, and by that time traffic is like died down. I'm not stressing getting to work, and I'm not stressing getting home. See what I'm saying? But when I was working for the trainer position, I wasn't leaving work until about 7:30, because why would I stress out myself getting home when I have 4:30, 5 o'clock traffic? It took me an hour to get home on some days, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Atlanta traffic, Georgia traffic. No, I can't. So I decided I'm going to do overtime. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm not going to battle traffic when I could just do other things, And by the time I get out the gym, it's like 8 o'clock, and I don't want to do anything but go home, take a bath, and sleep. Unfortunately, you see me? So now that I'm on my regular schedule, I should be good now, and everything should be fine. And maybe I could get out more videos. I'm not going to promise you 4 videos a month. That's my goal, but I'm not going to promise it to you. But I'll try my best. I'll try my best. But yeah, please watch the anime. I think it was really nice. And they have season 2 out. I think it's ongoing still. I am reading the manga, so I'm not gonna watch season 2 yet until I finish the manga. So we'll see how that goes as well. I don't really have anything to say. For Valentine's Day, what did you guys do? What did you guys do for Valentine's Day? My partner took me to Gullah. If you're from Atlanta, if you're from Atlanta, if you're from Georgia, there is a Indonesian sweets dessert place in Chambly. It's called Gullah. Love Gullah. Love Gullah. Their drinks are great. They're different. It's not like just matcha and that kind of stuff. It's like Indonesian drinks and Indonesian dessert snack food, and they also have savory foods there as well. So if you like those kinds of things, please visit Gullah. They had an event for Valentine's Day where they brought out a whole platter. I'm gonna put a picture here of Indonesian snacks and food. My favorite things were the savory foods. They had this chicken puff, some balls that were kind of like German. I guess they are influenced by German food, and something else. It was the savory snacks were my favorite, and then the sweets. It's like a toss up for me. I like the pandan. I like the scones that they gave us with the pandan jam. Those were pretty good. But the coconut jelly thing, it was like salty and sweet. And it threw me off. I was like, do I like this or do I not? Because in my mind, when you prep yourself for something and you're thinking, okay, it's going to be sweet, it's going to be savory, and then it throws you off and be like sour. Because you're so used to eating something, or the way it looks, you just expect it to be something like this, and then you have to you might now have to figure out, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Basically the same thing. It wasn't awful. I just didn't know whether or not I liked it, But But overall, I think the experience was good. There was dancing. A lady came out and did a traditional Indonesian dance. We had tea. Their tea is very, very great. The person's the Instagram page hasn't been set up as yet, but their tea are delectable. We are gonna buy some soon. Don't worry. I really like. I'm a tea person. I'm not a coffee person. I'm a tea and matcha person. You know. So if you like tea, please go over there and try out some of their Indonesian teas. They are very delicious. What else? But yeah, this was my Valentine's Day nails. The lady absolutely loved them. She think they were so cute. She was asking me about them. She's very pretty. She's a very, very pretty girl. She's always there. I don't know her name. I should ask her name one of these days. But the experience of Gullah was pretty good, and people really like my nails. I like how they turned out. They look so pretty. It's not like your typical Valentine's nail with like hearts. You know, it does have the red, but I think it's for like people. If you know this anime, you will get it. Yeah, if you know this anime, you will get it. I was thinking, how could I translate these nails into something pretty and cute and heartwarming? Because this scene where he dies and he shows the picture of her, the drawing that he did of her, and I'm like, this wasn't unlike the other lady that got killed like right away. She was a seductress. She gives off seductress, but it was never like that. And I think her whole character was misunderstood. You know, and he saw the better in it because his desire for her was never sexual. At least at the end, that's what I felt like. She was never trying to like seduce him in a way to like take him over. She just I think she recognized that he liked her, and she just played into it. But his like for her was never a sexual thing or something to take advantage of her or just manly desires, bodily desires. It was, I love her personality. I love how free she is. She's something that I aspire to be and wish I could have been because he dies, you know. But yeah, if you like these nails, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. Tell your mother, your sister, your auntie, the dog down the road, the cat up the street. Please, I'll see you next time. Bye, you guys.